We are Burning Youth, a blog collaborative of young adults who believe that the light outshines the darkness and our voices outlast the voices in our heads. We are louder. Hello everyone, so we're here again with the Burning Youth podcast, and this time it's only me, Abby, that's going to be talking to you today, because Katie is out of town right now. So I'm going to have to tackle this whole podcast by myself, and I'm kind of scared. And I also apologize in advance if I sneeze at any point during this podcast, because my allergies are absolutely slaughtering me. So it's really cold out this morning in Vermont. It's about 35 degrees, and there's snow on the ground, and fall has definitely left us, and winter has come. So it's basically Christmas, but we're still talking about gratitude because it's still technically November. Lucky for me, because I really have not reached 50,000 words in my NaNoWriMo goal. So wish me luck on that. And we're going to be talking about gratitude again today, but a little bit more about self-care and showing gratitude to yourself. So me and Katie were talking the other day about how there are so many things that we can do to really show ourselves gratitude and to appreciate everything that we do in our day-to-day lives, whether that's physical activities that we do or just creative stuff, like, making your art. A lot of times we, at least from in my experience, if I can do something, I will most likely try to do that thing, even if it's not good for me. So it might be a good thing that I'm doing, but I sort of take it to the level of, if I can do more, I will do more. And so I think it's a really unhealthy way to live. And so I need to learn this lesson just as much as anybody else, and probably more. But we were talking about, like, some things that you can do to just practice self-gratitude in your day-to-day life, so that at the end of the day you haven't forgotten to thank yourself for everything that you do. So we came up with a list of these little reminders or things that you can do to sort of show yourself gratitude throughout your day. And the first one is doing nothing else while you are eating lunch. So this could really be applied to any meal of the day, but a lot of times I will not be with my family when I'm eating lunch or breakfast or something, and so I'll be occupying myself with something else. Like, there's always something I can do. So I can be editing, or I can be working on my iPad on something, and it's still a distraction. It's a distraction from what you're doing, and really what you're doing is nourishing your body. And the most healthy thing that you can possibly do then is to completely relax and just enjoy what you are doing at the moment. So enjoy that you are nourishing yourself, enjoy that you are taking care of your body, and just feel that gratitude and self-love towards yourself. Another thing is going for at least a 10-minute walk every day. So it actually doesn't have to be every day, but just anything that you can do to, stop whatever work you're doing and just be like, what I'm doing right now is taking care of my body and loving my body and respecting that everything I do throughout the day is really thanks to my body. So even a 10-minute walk, deep breathing, enjoying creation, being present in the now, in the moment, and even if you're not outside, even if you're on a treadmill, which is where I usually walk, in the basement, still listen to some good music and just feel the presence of yourself and your self-love. Another thing is getting enough sleep. So a lot of us don't sleep enough, even though sleep is really amazing on a number of levels. It's really easy to burn the candle at both ends. And I'm so guilty of doing it. And I think we all are at some point in our lives, especially, school and work. And it's just so easy to get caught up in what you're doing and be like, well, I can do more. So I'll keep going. And kind of neglecting your body and what your body needs at the moment. So it's really easy to get caught up in the work and the school and whatever you have going on in your lives and not really respect yourself or respect your mind and respect that you're a beautiful creation of God and that He loves you so much, and we don't really love ourselves oftentimes in the same way that He loves us. So anything that is just a small practice every day, and even loving yourself as much as your family does or your friends do, is a drastic step closer. So we kind of have talked about gratitude throughout this month and on the Burning Youth blog, but we haven't really addressed so much the kind of gratitude that we should be showing ourselves. Like, how often do you stop and say to yourself, like, I am awesome. I am doing amazing things, and I am so loved by everyone, and God, and myself. Like, that's stuff that we need to be talking about more often, and even just saying to ourselves as like an affirmation. So this isn't really something that you should feel bad for doing. I mean, like, God tells us this all the time in the scriptures, and Jesus tells us how precious we are and how loved we are, and we're really carrying over that kind of love and appreciation and gratitude, and we're really projecting that gratitude towards God when we love ourselves and cherish ourselves, because we are saying, this body that you've given me and this life that you've given me, I love it and I'm good at it and I think it's awesome. So this is kind of all over the place. I apologize. My thoughts are very scattered, and this is something that I need to practice myself. Like I said, way more than I do. For instance, I'm currently trying to record this podcast while I'm putting my makeup on, and that's not really working out very well because I am getting mascara all over myself. So maybe I should stop doing that right now and just completely focus on this podcast. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So, just a quick shout out to the last 3 posts that went up on Burning Youth blog. The third latest post by Aaliyah, titled I'm Scared of the Dark, was amazing and so inspired for my book, actually, when I read it. And Eva's post, A Constant State, is also incredible. Such good stuff about gratitude and what it means to have an attitude of gratitude. And my beloved sister posted the latest post, what long distance relationships teach us about gratitude, which I could totally relate to, and because I have so many long distance friendships that are just awesome, and I'm just so grateful for all of my online friends. You are real friends and you are perfect. So, yeah, totally go check out those posts on Burning Youth. You won't regret it. They're awesome, and all of our contributors are super, super awesome. So, that basically concludes this week's episode, and we're going to end with a quote by John F. Kennedy. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Thank you all so much for tuning into this week's podcast. And hopefully we'll see you next Sunday.